Well, I think it's worth touching on this next topic, HGA. We seem to bring them up. I feel like every month we do like a monthly check-in on like what's going on with.
I think the last time we did it, we were going over their behind the scenes, showing how the sausage is made in the way of HGA grading process. Remember that?
Yeah, transformational logitations.
Yeah, there was some big words. Some big words that meant nothing.
A lot of $5 words in there. Things have kind of taken an interesting turn, to say the least, over at old HGA. We have an ownership change that was announced by the company. I'll just read briefly some of their statement. HGA family, friends, and supporters, we are writing to communicate a few changes within the organization. Tyler Hitt will be stepping away from HGA. Although we are sad to see Tyler go, he will still be part of our HGA family. HGA is now in the capable hands of Armstrong International, founded in 1900. Armstrong International is a private, fifth-generation family-owned company. HGA management team, which has been driving operations, will continue to do so with support from ownership. We added a resource who brings over 17 years of experience running companies and developing operational excellence. Okay. What does this mean? Where does this company go? Again, there have been so many grading companies who have entered the fold over the last few years. HGA, I feel like, is kind of the one that everyone likes to kind of pick on and poke at, and it's one of the most divisive ones. You either love them or hate them. Personally, I think that the whole like customizing the slab thing, and I think it's got potential to be really cool. That some of those slabs look great, but there had just been so many mistakes and so many bumps in the road that it's hard to trust them. And now adding this wrinkle really makes things, I'm just kind of scratching my head as to where things go from here.
So,
it kind of feels like it, right?
All right. Armstrong International. All right. They it doesn't look like they've ever dabbled in any type of collectible or trading card company or anything like that. So they're jumping into the grading game. Do they actually? I wonder if they even know what they just purchased. Do they know?
Who knows?
Do they know that they picked up a AI grading company? For trading cards. Yeah, break down a word, man. Break down a word.
Metamorphical translucentness.
Yeah, that's maybe they saw the video and they're like, yep. been waiting for that. But it doesn't look good. It looks like the company and the structure and who knows how much like debt they may have had or racked up. I know they were doing like an allocation type of drawing deal, like every couple months or a month to get your cards submitted. You would basically they would pick X amount per month, and you would basically try to get allocated certain, to get your cards graded. So I don't know how that was working out. I think a couple other companies have tried that. The grading. The whole, look, it's PSA and BGS, and then there's, SCG. We've talked about a little bit.
Mm-hmm. SGC,
CSG, they're always 3-letter acronyms. Make it very, very difficult. But I don't know, man. It doesn't look good for the longevity of HGA. I don't know if we're. And I hope they figure it out, stay in business. I don't hope for anybody to go out of business, but I will tell you right now, running a business, it's not super easy.
No.
It could be a little difficult at times. Especially trying to get some tech working on a podcast every once in a while. It's a little difficult.
We don't say that from experience.
We power through adversity, but no, in a year are we talking about them? Is this it? Is this the last segment we have of HGA?
I hope so.
I can't imagine. I mean, best case scenario, this company comes in and, like you said, who knows if they know what they bought and what's going on here? But maybe they tighten up operations.
Did they just buy a business off the discount rack?
I don't know.
I think the previous owner was like, I'm gonna try to get as much as I can off this joint,
and I'm gonna go to a company that has never dabbled or has any understanding of this industry, but it's hot.
Yeah.
So you can always
That's why
right
he
now.
was able to sell it.
Right now, you could sell. You basically can have some. You can have a PowerPoint presentation on how hot grading is. The grading, you could basically spin it in that the grading is so hot that we can't actually scale enough to keep up with the demand. I'm going to give you a really good deal on this business. And that's basically how it could have been spun.
Yeah.
Yep.
It does feel like, too, like how many times are we also going to have this same, are we going to tell this same story over the next few months as again, things haven't taken a downturn, but it does kind of feel like things are leveling out when it comes to some of these newcomer, hot new sort of like we're doing things different for grading and the hobby and we're going to change the game. And like you've heard a few of them already kind of sputter out, and some of those names have already kind of gone and already a thing of the past, and now HGA adding to the list. There is a part of me that thinks this is not the first story like it that we're going to start to hear over the next few months.
You ever start something with saying we're changing the game? That phrase is over, man.
Yeah.
That phrase is 15 years ago. I was like, I'm done with that phrase. And we just keep on using it.
We're just going to keep doing the same game but do it well.
Just the game's not broken. Don't change it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's play the game. Been playing it for 100 years.
or just evolve it. You don't gotta change it.
Yeah.
Same game.
And it may be the optimistic approach, too, is also like, I know we joke about it, but the Master P grading service, but because they're kind of doing the same thing, right? Where they're doing their AI grading.
Yeah, but HGA don't have Master P.
No, they don't. That's the thing.
You don't. If you get Master P in a
lab coat.
In a lab coat.
Yeah.
And
I
you
saw them
and
at
you
the Mint, too.
And you
Yes.
he was at the Mint?
They were at the Mint.
They were at the
Master
Mint,
P wasn't
yes.
at the Mint.
Oh, I was like, dude, Master P was at the Mint. Was he?
We missed him.
I mean, and he does that little commercial and he drops us like make you say,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah,
like you can't. If I'm a new grading company, I can't compete with that.
There's a feeling of like HGA walked so Master P grading could run, you know?
I can't. Hard to compete with Master P.
Yep.
And maybe that's what Tyler Hitt said. He's like, Master P's in the mix now. I can't compete. I'm out.
Yeah. Do any of these new grading companies, is anyone, I mean, because there's the old tried and true, we always talk about it, and I think it is the running theme. Like, if there's anything you've learned from listening to the hype, it's if you're going to get your stuff graded, don't go with the, bargain bin grading company. Go with the tried and true.
I wish that was actually a name, though, because it wouldn't be an acronym. Bargain bin grading.
Ooh, a BBG?
No, you don't need to acronym it up, though. Just put bargain bin right on the slab.
Yeah. I think
BBG.
if BBG is not taken, I might be going to.
Nobody
copyrighted trademark this.
There's only three grading companies that you can even talk about right now. Let's face it. You got PSA, BGS, and C-Rad 6.5.
Oh yeah.
That's
Conrad Grading Service.
That's it. That's it.
There we go.
It's not an acronym. I mean, it's four letters.
Yeah.
And
we could make.
no,
it
you don't. You don't do that. You don't do that. That's
maybe it's just because we were talking about this one so much, and they made a splash. Like, they went out of their way to be like, we're gonna be the new grading company. Like, forget PSA, forget BGS. You're gonna want to go to.
They
did. But I give them a
Yes.
lot of credit. They came out and everybody was talking about them.
Yeah.
Like, good or bad, they were, for about 2 to 3 months, may have been the hottest topic in the industry at a time where the industry was absolutely booming.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, just to think about it, like, we had record sales through Golden every day, and you had people talking about this new HGA grading company.
Mm-hmm.
So give them props on that. Their marketing wasn't bad, but there's so many variables when it comes to grading, and it's all about transparency.
Yeah.
And when you start letting fakes get through, and you're basically touting yourself as the first ever AI, it's tough to have faith in that company.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, I think what this does in the short term is it discourages maybe a lot of companies that were new grading companies or people who wanted to start their own grading company. I think it's going to slow things down.
I don't think it does, man.
You really don't.
It seems like every time I go on social media, there is a new grading company that like pops up, and they either follow Mojobreak on Twitter or Instagram, and it reminds me a lot of the early 90s when you had 30, 40, 50, 100 grading companies, and it didn't even really matter.
Yeah.
They were just grading everybody. There's so many grading companies out there that they were just grading common cards. Like 1988 Rick Sutcliffe graded.
I've got my BBG 10 Rick Sutcliffe ready to go. Well, let us know in the chat what you think about the rise and now seemingly possibly fall HGA. What grading company, if you do another grading company other than the PSA and BGS that you trust, let us know in the comments. We want to know it. And, of course, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Mojobreak Media for much, much more sports card and hobby content.